Hello, it's me, Lola Javon, back with another edition of the weekly vlog, which is the audio and video version of my written blog, which you can find over at www.lolajavon.com. You can explore blog posts there and lots of art. So without further ado, let's get started. I am going to show you the painting here. That's the one we're talking about today. I have had the good fortune of having it sell and need to be shipped the moment I posted it online, so I don't have the actual painting behind me today. But that's a good problem to have, and I'm not complaining. It's called She's an Outlaw, and it's 15 by 30. It's oil on canvas. It's not framed, but it's ready to hang. And here are the words that I chose to go with this one. The best artists are outlaws, vandalizing our sanctity, our sanctimonious freight trains, our parsimonious neglect. The best artists are culprits, chiseling our school desks, scraping our bathroom stalls, doodling our notebooks. And that is an excerpt of a poem by Thomas Wells. There is something deeply symbolic about guns. I don't own one. And I don't want to. I've had guns pointed at me twice, and it isn't anything I ever want to revisit again. But the people with guns have power. There are other kinds of power: words, images, silence, money, all kinds of things. I like to think my own guns are the images that I create and the words that I put with those images. Maybe that's where my power lies. In the world of gunslingers and outlaws, there aren't a lot of women. It's generally, but not always, men depicted with the gun in their hands, and thus the power. More contemporary fantasy and sci-fi includes more badass women, and I like to think that this outlaw fits well there. She's every woman who's had enough, every female whose rights have been eroded, every woman who has suffered at the hands of the patriarchy, each woman who wished, even for a moment, that the power was in her hands. Maybe she's carrying bubble guns, squirt guns, Nerf guns, or just guns loaded with powerful words. She demands attention, this painting, and by golly, she's gonna have it. The artist in me knows that I must also be an outlaw, a vandal, a culprit in the world. It might be a controversial image or words that rub some folks the wrong way, but it's my job to put it out there, to stir up conversation and maybe cause some notebook doodling. Whether it is powerful women with weapons, monsters lurking in the shadows, or books about the monstrousness in all of us, I'm going to do it. About the art. And here it is again. I had an idea for this one, a female outlaw in midair, so I began with a gessoed canvas and some thinned oil paint and sketched a rough outline of the figure. And then next, a layer of background paint, refining the sketch, moving from the outside in, and then a long drying time. After that, the detail work. A small brush for the face, the hands, the weapons. And while those were drying, I placed shadows in the clothing, the hair, and the legs. More drying. And then the requisite 80 million layers, pushing and pulling until the right level of detail versus abstraction was reached. It took many weeks. Oi. Finally, another coat of paint for the background, and then a very wet brush laden with paint and oil to create the drips coming down her clothing. And 4 more weeks of drying, and then a coat of varnish. She was a big, powerful piece in the studio and does not tolerate timidity or hesitation. Just a little side note here to say that Monstrous has finally dropped. And I'm so excited to have this book out in the world. And I hope that you have grabbed a copy while there are still copies. It is a limited edition. When it's gone, it's gone. No more shall be printed, says the publisher. I am grateful for all the support that I've had. And I hope that you'll go to www.waywardbooks.com and grab your own copy before they're gone. Thanks for spending time with me this week. And remember, go to www.lolajovan.com to subscribe so you'll never miss a bit of malarkey or monsters. Stay tuned to the end and I'll show you the painting framed and in situ. And I'll put a link in the comments to the blog on my website and to the book. Thanks again. I'll see you next week. Bye.